Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel. My name is Robert, and today I'm doing a video by Simple History. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that two of my favorite games are World of Warplanes and War Thunder. And both of these games feature aircraft. And one of these aircrafts is the B-17 Flying Fortress, and these planes are huge. And today I'm watching a video by Simple History. It's called B-17 Ball Turret Gunner, Dangerous Jobs in History. I thought, well, why not? And before we get into this, if you'd like to support my channel, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's 100% free, and it really helps me out. Hit the post notification bell. When I drop new content, you'll be notified. Give the video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment. Simple History, the B-17 bomber. Here we go.
B-17 Ball Turret Gunner. Dangerous Jobs in History. World War II. The B-17 Flying Fortress was one of the most formidable aircraft of World War II. This mighty strategic bomber largely contributed to crippling the German war industry by delivering more than a third of all bombs dropped on German soil during the war. Besides its great bombing potential, the B-17 was equipped with so many defensive machine gun emplacements that it really looked like a flying fortress. However, the fortress did not provide enough protection for the crew inside. Flying a B-17 was a very risky job since they were huge, slow, and therefore easy targets for enemy aircraft and anti-aircraft defenses, who always marked them as primary targets. If the plane was hit, there was little chance that all of the 10-man crew could bail out. This was primarily the reason for the high casualty rates of bomber crews during the war. Out of the entire crew, the most endangered were the machine gunners housed in overexposed emplacements. One emplacement in particular carried the greatest risk, the position of the underbelly ball turret gunner. Ball turrets were originally not part of the B-17's defense system. In the beginning, the bottom of the bomber was protected by a remote-controlled version, which was quite a complex and troublesome system. Only from the 113th aircraft onwards did Boeing engineers begin to install the much better Sperry ball turret. The Sperry ball turret was a remarkably good, practical design. It was a spherical chamber made of aluminum and plexiglass attached to the fuselage at the aft section. Manned and electrically operated, the turret moved very quickly. It could revolve a full 360 degrees and pitch down to a 90-degree angle. With such features, it covered the entire area below the aircraft. It was attached to the fuselage by a shaft with a hydraulic pump that allowed it to retract into the aircraft. This was done in case of an emergency landing without using the landing gear. The B-17's ball turret was armed with two 50 caliber AN M2 Browning machine guns firing 700 to 850 rounds per minute. Each machine gun was belt-fed from two ammo boxes placed inside the fuselage. The turret may have been well designed, but was claustrophobic at only 4 feet in diameter. Inside there were two hand controls for turning and pitching, both with electrical firing buttons. There was also a seat, a computing K4 gun sight, and a set of ancillary equipment. The dimensions of the turret required a gunner of very small stature. Even then, the only way to fit inside was to curl up in the fetal position. The gunner was in such a position that he had to aim through the sight between his knees. In this highly uncomfortable position, the gunner used both his hands to control the movement of the turret and feet to adjust the sight. Spending hours in this...
Yeah, I'm not fitting in there. I'm too big. Imagine trying to aim with your feet and move the turret with your arms, your hands. Wow. Okay.
This position at very low temperatures was difficult as it was, on top of the task of swiveling around in combat and focusing on shooting enemy aircraft. It took a lot of guts to enter the turret and face the enemy in the skies. Entering the weapons system was conducted from inside the aircraft. The entry hatch was positioned opposite the machine guns. In order to open it, the gunner had to manually turn the turret until the hatch was positioned inside the aircraft. It was never manned during takeoffs and landings for safety reasons, only when the aircraft was in the air. Even then, the gunner had to be careful. Entering the turret consisted of several predefined steps, and if the gunner failed to follow these orders, it led to injuries and even fatal accidents.
Oh, wow.
Outside the turret, the gunner was completely exposed to enemy fire, especially since most of the fire was coming from below. Fighter planes attacking a bomber preferred doing it from below, as this section of the bomber was the least protected.
Yeah.
Additionally, anti-aircraft fire was also coming from below. The shell of the turret was made of aluminum and plexiglass and provided absolutely no protection against machine gun ammunition and anti-aircraft grenade shrapnel.
Oh, jeez.
In combat, if the turret mechanism was hit, it would be disabled, unable to turn or be retracted. This meant that the gunner would be trapped inside. In cases when the plane was forced into a belly landing, the ball turret suffered complete destruction, leaving the gunner absolutely no chance of surviving. Even during standard landings, it was risky for gunners to stay inside the turret. Of the entire crew, the ball turret gunner was the only one that didn't carry a parachute on his body or by his side. This is simply because there was no room for it. The gunner's parachute was held right beside the entry hatch inside the fuselage. To reach it, the gunner had to leave the turret. For this operation, he needed a substantial amount of time and the help of...
Okay, so he's got to leave the turret, go get his parachute. Oh, wow, you're dead anyway. Wow.
Another crewman, since exiting was as complicated as the entry. Needless to say, casualties among ball turret gunners were high. The risk of their job was portrayed in a poem written by Randall Jarrell, The Death of the Ball Turret Gunner. 6 miles from Earth, loosed from its dream of life, I woke to back flak and the nightmare fighters. When I died, they washed me out of the turret with a hose.
Oh. Wow. Well, there we have it. The B-17 ball turret gunner. Dangerous jobs in history? Absolutely. As I said earlier, I'm way too big to get in that. Nope, not gonna happen. I don't think I could be coordinated enough to aim with my feet. So, that's a crew of 10 to man and fly those big, huge planes. Wow, very informative. Well done. Really enjoyed that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that just as much as I did. And we'll see you again next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.